let me introduce myself properly for the sake of those who do not yet know. So let me properly introduce myself. Florence Adeleke is a multidimensional professional covering area of cloud technology, digital entrepreneurship, financial literacy, and um, investments in the area of real estate. She's a digital business coach, branding and marketing strategist. She helps individuals and businesses generate, guard, and grow their wealth by leveraging digital tools, media, and technology. She's a certified financial literacy educationist by the Central Bank of Nigeria in 2018. In 2019, she initiated and carried out multiple community projects in Akure that was during her service year. And she impacted the lives of many in the city of Akure, and she has continued doing the same even now. Our project impacted over 1,000 people collectively. This led to her receiving a Governor's Honors Award recognition in Ondo State, among several recommendations from local and private organizations. Ever since then, she has utilized the digital space to train and equip several individuals, communities, and financial literacy, digital entrepreneurship, and real estate investing, and also won other several awards. Florence Adeleke is an impactful speaker who speaks for profitability by business growth through her voice and also writing services as a professional event host, brand strategist, and investment consultant. So, if you need a clarity session, she is your go to. Now, permit me to introduce to you our next speaker here. Right in front of you is Florence Adeleke, and I'm glad to be here. And today, this session is going to be very interactive. I don't do how do I put it now? Like one-way traffic. So it is you and I together here, and it's going to be very, very interactive. So now we are looking at, I'm going to be sharing my screen now, and we are looking at this very interesting topic. Welcome to Business Growth Conference, and this is the first edition of it. And I want to say a very big congratulations to every one of you here. So today we are looking at this topic. Meet me. This is just a brief. I really don't know how to talk about myself, but this is me. I'm a branding and marketing strategist, and branding in the aspect of communications and marketing strategy, because the two goes end in end, but they're not the same. I speak for impact, I speak for profit, and I speak to sell. So now we are looking into this topic: strategic brand positioning for business growth. I want you to I want you to just think, what can you see on your screen? What can you see on your screen? This is an interactive session. No, I'm not here to coach. This is an interactive session. Please, if you can unmute, kindly do so. I want to ask you a question. When you think of mobile phone, like you think of mobile phone, that's not just a mobile phone, a quality phone. What comes to your mind? When you think about a mobile phone with premium, what comes to your mind? iPhone. Interesting. I love what I'm saying. Adenike says iPhone. What comes to your mind when you think about a premium phone? You're not just talking about phone now, you're talking about a phone that is when you think of premium phone, what comes to your mind? We are going somewhere. Okay, I can see promise. Yeah. What comes to your mind? Please use the chat. This is an interactive session. I'm not going to be the only one speaking here. Samsung. Promise says Samsung. Interesting. Good. Good. So now think of your product. Think of your product. Now, this is where introduction will now come in. Please introduce yourself in the chat. If you know you cannot speak, introduce yourself in the chat. This is not like a training of I'm giving you information. This is very, very practical. And it's not a one-day training anyways, but let's do this. If iPhone comes to your mind, it means that there is a positioning that iPhone has that even without anybody telling you that iPhone is premium, everybody perceives it as premium. Let's go to the next slide. Now, this is what the statistics is saying, that 81% of consumers need to trust a brand before they can consider buying from that brand. But a lot of people in business, we want to jump the process of building trust to converting to sales. It doesn't work that way. The statistics shows that 81% of consumers need to trust a brand to consider buying, even for them to consider you, like to even think of you. Why will you think of iPhone? Why will you think of Samsung? You know, Samsung when we talk about Android, everybody thinks about Samsung as number one. What makes them to be number one? Did they do any promo? did they come to you and say we are number one? No, you need to know we are number one. No, this is where the challenge is for many businesses, because it is not about how you are marketing your product. It is about the perception you're creating in the mind of your target audience or in the mind of people. Some people already see themselves as I cannot use iPhone. iPhone is for some people feel like, and why some people, if they want to move to that league of those people that are in quote, they move to iPhone, right? So, or move to Samsung, depending on their preference. So in this year 2025, you must understand that people only buy from those they like and trust. So you want to position your brand as people's brand until your business moves from the position of it is my company, it is my to people's company, whereby everybody is fighting for, because now nobody is like, you see people selling Apple, they'll be telling you that Apple product is the best. This is this. Why? Now there are a lot of things that goes into you building such. You must understand that first of all, is a good product. A good product. Once people can vouch for your product, then that's the first thing. But then if you have a good product, you have a poor customer service, you are still not going to build a successful brand. So a lot of things goes into brand positioning, strategic brand positioning. There are businesses that no matter what they do to their audience, they will still say, I love you for life to them. So it's very, very important that this year it must be strategic for you. What makes you different? Now, 77% of consumers prefer shopping with brands shopping with brands they like. Now, 65% of consumers say a brand CEO and employees influence their decision to buy. 65% of consumers say that a brand CEO and employee influence their decision to buy. This is why, if you are a founder, working on your personal brand is not shit. Don't just do business like I sell what do you do? I sell guru and Epa, and that's all. You yourself, I'm sorry to say this though, but sometimes I can be very factual, I can be very, please don't mind me. But you yourself, they can't point to, you shouldn't be like, oh, I sell coconut rice. Anybody can sell coconut rice. So you must understand that in strategic brand positioning, influence is key. You must build influence. You must purposefully build your influence. You must purposely determine to be influential, because it is only when you're influential that you can influence people to buy. And how do you become influential? Words. Words. Influence comes with words, nothing else. This is where strategic communication comes in. And this is where, when people talk about copywriting, people think it's just it's just when you write product description, when you write sales copy for a particular product or for a website or whatever. It goes beyond that. Copywriting exists in your speech, copywriting exists in your communication, because anything that influences other people to do what you want them to do, any words you say is copy. So if you really want to know how to influence people to do what you want them to do, or to take the decision, to make that buying decision, to like your brand, remember that 77% consumers says that they will only buy from a brand that they like. So if they don't like you, they will not buy from you. And you can make them to like you. Even as some of you I don't want to say this, but even as some of you say that I'm not following my style, and I hate to be in this position where I'm not following my slides. So even when some of it, look, let's just say, for instance, now, when people were voting in the US, we had the two major candidates, Kamala and and Donald Trump, right? A lot of people. Now, what make some people were like, how would somebody? Some people saw the conversation. I mean, when you hear Kamala speak, and you're like somebody in my right senses speaking like this, like, is what exactly? Like, you're asking, what do you have to offer the people, and you're saying, maybe drug, clinical. You are talking about like what's not. And yeah, some people like her because of that. Like, some people still like her for that. So it's all about influence, because that is it. So if you're a brand CEO or a business CEO, you must understand that your influence play a major part in people's buying decision. So it's not just like yesterday's speaker, Coach Loma, said that you are the number one marketer in your business. You are the number one seller in your business. Even if you employ digital clothing consultants to come and market your product, no be me get them. I don't know the special, what to make your business special. Let me just go worries and come back to Lagos. I don't know what to make you special. Now, what do you tell me I go put for copy? So you are the number one influencer of your brand. Let that sink into you if you are going to succeed. So don't just be looking for a promoter. Don't just be looking for an influencer. They have their way. You understand? They have an impact they make. But you must understand that your employees too matter. If your employees don't believe in your business, forget it. They can't sell it. If they don't know your vision, Coach Ulama also said that yesterday, that you must be able to communicate your vision, communicate what your business stands for to your employees, to your staff. Make them to see the pictures. Get them involved. Beyond them doing activities, beyond them just being there just to maybe as a marketer, like, draw them in. Let them feel that, there's a way when you feel like it is our own. It's different from it's their own. The way an employee will approach, oh, this company is our own, and is our own. She does like that. If you don't make them to see it as our own, they cannot influence people to buy. And that is where many salespeople in many companies are not. That is why they are not doing well. Because whatever you are very convinced, like this thing, I am convinced in this product. I've worked in places, right? And I'm still working. So I know what I'm also talking from experience. Because there are some things that I'll just say, you see that company, like, I will not advise you to work there. There is also what we call that is not for this. There is also what we call employer branding. If you want to attract the right talent, you must have the right branding for your business. Many smart employees don't want to work for Nigerian businesses, including myself. So I will be very honest. Many smart. So for you to attract them, you must position as someone that understands what they want and you're ready to give it to them, while they also give you their own best. Let me go to the next one before I will finish on my time on this one. Also, 55% of brand first impressions are visual. Gone are those people, like they say, people judge the book by its cover, right? So they will judge you by your cover. They will judge you by your designs. They will judge you by whatever. They will judge you by how you position yourself. So it's visual. This is where it matters, your visual image, your visual displays, your designs, whatever, your newsletter design and everything matters because first impressions. So when customers come to your page, when they come to your order, the first impression they see, do they see color yellow, blue, black? We don't even know where you belong. We don't even know. We don't know the brand color. Many times people tell me, you always on blue. You just like blue. Is it the only thing you do? I'm a brand strategist. There's something we call, there are two things why you need copywriting. Let me digress. First, for brand memorability, for building memorability and for sales. So it is not all content that you create, you must make sales, just for you to make sales. Some content are created for memorability. You want to become memorable. Whereby when somebody just think of real estate is Florence, Blue Moons. When someone just think of, okay, branding, digital plus consultants. It is not going to be easy. I'm telling you, it's not going to be cheap because it's a long-term investment. Branding is a long-term investment. So when you are marketing your product, back to back, you must also invest in your branding back to back. Remember, it is long-term. This is why a lot of people talk about SEO content writing. This is where, we are going to get to those places. Now, there are over 10,000 branding and positioning agencies worldwide. Gen Z is mainly using Instagram to research brands. So are you on Instagram? You said you want to dominate your industry. Your products are for Gen Zs. And the only place that you exist, is on Facebook only. But Gen Zs use Instagram to research brands. When they're looking for something, they don't go on Instagram. They find waiting no loss. So that is it. So you must position yourself where your target audience are. And you must write their language. You must communicate in the way they like to listen. Gen Zs are not really, I don't want to say they're not really serious people, but they love something that, it might be educative or interesting, but grabs their attention, right? Let's say for somebody like me, my target audience as a brand, as a digital branding and company are not Gen Zs. So I will not come and be doing funny videos. Even that can be very funny, but I will not come and be doing funny videos. But as someone who owns a real estate consulting business, then I might actually want to, because I know that Gen Zs of today are also making money. Now I have to communicate in the way that I can relate. We know ourselves when we see ourselves. Okay, now let's go into this list. Strategic brand positioning should be at your core original business concept. Okay, let me ask a question. When do you think it's right to start branding? When? Is it before or after? Please put in the comment section. Let me know. When do you think branding should come in? Benny B says from start. Sure. Website. Before you say you want to design logo, when people hear brand, think it's not your logo. Cora says from start. But if you didn't start early, then start when you realize the importance. Yes. Just like some of us might have skipped that process. Some of us, the only thing we know about our brand is our colors. Color, my color is blue and white and a touch of black. Branding is not color. I2Farm says start with branding. Thank you very much. Now, I'll go to the next one. So branding should be at the core original, your core original business conceptions. Actually, if you do your branding right, your branding will, when I'm talking about brand, I'm talking about brand strategy. Now, it will take, if you do it right, it should be like 70% of your core business plan. Yeah, if you do it right, it should be like 70% of your core business plan, overall business plan. Because every information you would have gathered it during your brand strategy session, during your brand strategy, whatever conception and all those things. And we have looked at that, the appropriate time, and every one of us says after. So when you're starting your business or when you are starting a brand, because it is not everybody that wants to build a business, but we all want to have a brand. As a matter of fact, there is nobody in this room that does not have a brand. There is nobody in this room that does not have a brand. Whether it's your own, you as a person, you are a brand. Remember that one of the statistics said that consumers buy from brands that they see that the CEO is influential. I'm just like, I need to become more influential. Now, when you're entering the market or before you enter the market, you want to ask yourself these two questions. What makes us different from our competitors? Now, I want you to type in the chat room. This is not the session for us to be doing this, but I just feel like, okay, let's just have this quick session because this is a session this is more like a workshop. You should have a workshop for this. So at the end of this session, right, I'm going to talk about the workshop where we're actually going to, for those of us that we don't have that everything documented together, we don't have that strategic business, brand document for our business, this is the time. Before you start investing in marketing, before you start investing in websites, before you start saying that you want to build websites and all those things. And one book I would like to recommend for everyone in this room is go and read on Story Brand. I don't even know how I got the book, but Story Brand. So go and read that book. It will really help you in your positioning and in your content creation for your business. So let's go to. I'm asking a question, but I will just keep, since we want me to do the talking, I'll just keep. How will our customers recognize and value it? That's the second question you want to ask yourself. So please, can everybody in this comment section type what they do? Please type in the comment section what you do. And if you're participating online on Facebook, type in the comment section what you do. Can I remember the author of this, guys? That's not coming, but when I get it, I'll put it in there. But you can Google it. You will find it. Please type in the comment section what you do. Fashion designer. Do you have a brand name? From it says he's a fashion designer. Benny B, product service / entrepreneur. Good. So now, can we start by asking ourselves what makes us different? Now, as a fashion designer, have you answered the question? A, he says I'm an account officer. Yes. Well, now remember that you don't really have to just be a business owner. Me as a 9 to 5 person, I also have my personal brand for business. For professional space, and I know my area of target, right? So I'm not going to put the me that you're going to see on Instagram. It's not the me you're going to see on LinkedIn. If you're going to check me on LinkedIn, I'm a purely technical person. Yes, I'm purely a technical person on LinkedIn. I'm not very much a business person on LinkedIn at the moment, right? So I'm purely technical because my business combines technology and innovation and entrepreneurship together. Laura says she's into interior design. So now let's answer this question. Can we answer the question? What makes if you are taking a moment, fine. If you haven't, can you type in the comment section what makes you different? If you have a brand name, please put yes. La Rising Furniture Limited. So what makes you different from every other furniture makers, even the roadside ones that I can easily give, 200,000, they will make some furnitures for me. What makes you different from your competitors? What makes you different from your competitors?
Are we to speak?
In the comment section, or if you want to speak, I can allow one person to speak. Because the way I am, I can continue this session till 5 p.m. Grace covers me when it comes to talking for impact.
Okay, so for us, we are different because we give customers quality assurance in the sense that when I tell you I'm doing this, okay, so the business actually came from the point of people complaining. I was just only doing interiors, your curtain, bedsheet, and the rest. And then we keep hearing all these artisans running away with their money, or they will not deliver on time, or so those are the complaints that actually got me into making my own furniture myself. So those complaints are what I have worked on, and we use those as our strategy in pushing forward our business, and it has really worked. We give you timely delivery. Like if it's 3 weeks, even before 3 weeks, we have delivered your chair. If we tell you we are using this fabric, we are using that fabric. If we tell you this is what, as in terms of integrity, that has actually helped our business. And because of that, we even work more with hotels these days. Work more with hotels. So that's make us unique in a way. Thank you.
Well, there's something you mentioned which is over, what do you say? You under promise and over deliver. Yes.
Yes. Over promise or under promise. I mean, what I said was, we will promise you 3 weeks because we know the 3 weeks is actually in excess. So we deliver before the 3 weeks to give you that surprise. Like, okay, I was expecting you to bring this in 3 weeks, but you are coming earlier. So there's no issue of say, you said you are coming 2 weeks time, and we are dragging you, which was the complaints we got from the research we actually did that we saw people were complaining about. So some of the things that we've added to the business. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. So, who is going next? Does anybody want to speak or type in the comment section? Okay, Promise says I upgrade from time to time, thereby improving my skills, and this brings me more customers. Interesting. So let's go because we are still moving very fast. I've not even started. That is just, you see, when it's in the blood, it's in the blood. How will our customers recognize and value it? So that is the next question we want to ask ourselves when starting a brand. And remember that you can always, every one of us here, we're supposed to have a brand. And that brand is not our business. That's the thing. Your brand is different from your business. Even though your business name is prom promas promarin stitches. I hope I can even pronounce this one. So you see, give your customers name that it's easy for them to remember. Because customers don't have time, especially Nigerian customers. we are always in haste, always in hurry. If the thing is giving them problem too much, they will just help you give your name, your brand another name. That is what Apple went to go and look for. Very simple thing. Anybody, even a child, can call Apple, 2-letter word, Apple. So it's some of the things we need to start looking into when we're giving our businesses our brand's name, right? It helps a lot. So
Is primary stitches is just combination of my name, Promise Arizechuku. Then I picked some words from there. Primary stitches.
okay. Interesting. So you have to communicate your name as like very frequently to your audience so that they can always remember it. It's very, very important because consistency and it's not just consistency, there's what we call frequency. Yeah. Frequency. Frequency plays a lot of roles. So now let's go to what brand positioning is all about. We have answered those questions. I love the way we are engaging. It's very, very important. So brand positioning, according to Digital Ocean, they defined it, and when I saw this, I was wow. Brand positioning is the process of carving out a distinct spot for your brand in the marketplace. Oh no, sorry, I'm not moving my slides. Okay. So brand positioning is the process of carving out a distinct spot for yourself, for your brand in the marketplace, in the minds of consumer, making sure they see your brand as different and more desirable than the competition. This is why you will see that, what's the name of this company that will keep doing advert? Even Google, Jesus, Google advert is so annoying on YouTube. I don't know whether I'm the only one that used to see that though. Maybe because you hear every business use BigQuery, but how many of us have seen that advert? Maybe if you go on YouTube, you hear there is this advert that Google must always tell you that BigQuery, every business use BigQuery. How many of us? Please give me a one if I've seen that before. Can we type a one in if you have, or is it only? I want to know. Okay, Promise says yes. Exactly. Even Google, every time customers of all sizes use you see, now I remember customers of all sizes use BigQuery. Customers of all sizes, I'm like, how many customers in Nigeria is using BigQuery? So you can imagine. Now, making sure they see your brand as different, so they're trying to communicate something that this solution is for everyone. Anybody can use, any size of business can use it. And then you now want to know what is even BigQuery? How can my business use BigQuery? You start asking yourself questions. So these are the things we're talking about. And when you look at this business too, what's the name? MTN, you see all these businesses, they keep doing advert, Airtel, advert everywhere, every online like this, you are seeing them. But you'll be like, but these brands are known. These brands they have money. Are they still doing? See, there's something they call memorability, brand memorability. You need to also invest in that. You are not advertising, you are not running ads 247 because you want market. But that when people just think of furniture, they should just think of La Rising Furnitures. They should just think of In the sense that even if they don't need it now, if they need it in the next 10, if they don't need it now, they will just think of you. Why? Because of your aggressive. Yes, there must be a level of aggression when it comes to marketing and branding. So you have now, and it describes the process of differentiating your brand by linking specific qualities, values, and attributes directly with your brand identity. Brand identity is not just logo, it's everything, is all encompassing. What makes Florence to be different from messing up media? I'm talking about in terms of physical. You will say, I think she's darker. That one, she's fairer. Okay, she's taller. Or they are the same height. Or this is it. So there are things that makes you different. And it must reflect in every of your communication. Now, when we now talk about strategic brand positioning, is that process of creating a unique and compelling image of your brand in the minds of your target audience. So it defines how you want your customers to perceive you, and it also defines how you want them to, to perceive you in relation to your competitors. Why will I choose iPhone and not Hightail? So there is a perception everybody has about iPhone. They created such that iPhone users now form a community. And then somebody begin to judge you based on iPhone. In short, they will even now judge you if it doesn't even matter maybe you are using Techno, the highest of the Techno. They will look at it, Android user. How does this one fit into our community? You can imagine. And there's this one of my mentors in the branding space. That's Max Numeyer. He said branding is that when you build the brand, when you build the customers, they will build the brand. And that is what Apple succeeded in doing. Such that people are not the one forming clique because of forming clique for Apple. What did Apple do to us in Nigeria? Nothing. No advert, nothing. But they invested so much in their branding. The same thing with Coca-Cola. So now it defines how you want your customers to perceive your brand relative to your competitors in the market. Essentially, the combination of your values, attributes, and benefit that differentiates your brand from the rest. And that is why every of your content creation, every of your whatever you do, it must communicate it. We are not fighting anybody, but we know that this one we deliver. So every communication from La Rising Furniture will be that, okay, we signed 3 weeks with our customers and now our customers is having it. Oh, we do a testimonial. Oh, how do you feel about this? I'm not just asking for testimonial. I'm actually creating an impression. So I cannot finish this today. So let's go into the next one. Please, how many of us are getting value? If you are getting value, give me a 10 in the comment section. Let me know if this is making sense. Is this making sense? Or I'm just talking to myself? Is this making sense? Please comment in this. Let me know if it's making sense. Thank you, promise. Is this making sense? Kindly put in the chat. Give me a 10 if this is making sense. It's only promise that is here. I think we should share the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you, I2 Farms. Thank you, Benny B. Thank you, Deborah. Yes. Let's keep it coming. Every other person like James Blessing, Ozzy. I'm a teacher by training, so I apologize. Like I did computer science and I'll top it up with education. So don't be surprised. Now, importance. Let's look at why is strategic brand positioning important. Why? Interesting. Okay, Association of Teachers. Yeah. Let's gather. Nice to know that, Deborah. So let's go to the components of strategic brand positioning. you have the target audience. They are your number one. See, in all you do, your target audience comes first. In all you do, if my target audience are Gen Z, please don't be offended when you see me wear crazy jeans, baggy, and I'm doing stuff and I'm dancing in the name of so because they're my target audience. You need to be like the people you want to attract. Sort of. You want to position yourself, your brand, as for them. So your target audience. Now, talking about your target audience, you're looking at who are your target audience? What do they like? What is their problem? What is their challenge? What is their, and not just challenge now, what is their goals? When it comes to furniture, when it comes to real estate, what do they want? This is why for somebody like me, I don't do real estate as somebody that is selling properties. I really don't have enough time for that anyways. But it's actually the fact that there is a gap that has to be closed. And that gap is financial management. And a lot of people don't even know how to manage their finances, invest in their future, and also for legacy. So they don't really know much about this. All they know is Ekpa is selling, Lekki is selling, Lekki is selling. They don't really know that, okay, this is exactly what I need at this time. I consulted for someone last week, and she was like, okay, I have so amount of money and I want to buy this property so that I can sell in the next 2 years. I advised her, I said, you see, me, I'm not a seller. So I will tell you what is going to work, what is visible and what is not visible. This that you want to do, your budget is low for such type of investment in terms of you want to buy a property for so amount and sell it in 2 years minimum, because you don't just want to keep the money in the bank. Then there's a better one for you. There's a better option. And now, if she had gone for the first option, honestly speaking, I will make more money from it. But my target audience are very important. They are the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. So your target audience, having them in mind, how they think, what they want to achieve is very important. And I advise her that, okay, you have to go for this other investment option. She will make more money. I will make lesser. But it's not about me. That's why the focus has to be on your target audience. You have to really care about them. Because that's when you really care about them, that's when you're going to deliver excellence and value to them. And it will not be all about you. Just like a story one of the participants yesterday shared about, she's the first person that started pure water company in Nigeria. Yes, I took it to NAFDAC. And then, she was sharing out even some pure water producers. Our own strength is quality, nothing short, because she also drinks that same water. And then some other producers like hers, we come to her to buy. I tell her, see, the one we are doing is for business. It's your own that is quality I will drink. But it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be. But we always have people like that. Anyways, she's seeing. Now, competitive advantage is the second one. What is your competitive advantage? Timely delivery for Larising, because all of you did not mention your business name. And proms are in, right? Let me see if I'm correct. Yes, timely delivery. So is what makes, okay, yes, okay, I'm correct. Thank you for that. Is what makes our business to be different. Then unique value proposition. In one of my content videos, I talked about this a lot. Your unique value propositions. Like, what are the things that separate you from your target audience? You are not the same as your competitor. Know that. Some of your competitors are powerful than you. They have more money than you. They have they can afford to pay more influencers, like more than you, rather. So you have to know your competitors, and apart from knowing your competitor, you have to now know your own competitive advantage. Okay, sorry, I've passed that. You have to know your unique value proposition. Our unique value proposition as furniture is the fact that we use quality materials and also timely delivery. Quality materials, and all those things. So brand personality. Now, this now has to do with your brand tone, your brand personality. When we talk about somebody's personality, what comes to your mind? What's your personality? your personality type. So it also goes in there. So your brand personality in terms of the tone, the voice, the messaging, how your brand should sound, or how people should feel when they relate with your brand, and all those things. Then emotional connection. Your brand must build emotional connection with the people, because it's people you are serving. You are serving people, so you must connect with them. Like what I mentioned in my video, when you connect with them and they also connect back to you, then it will be easier for them to trust you enough to give you their money. So these are the components of strategic brand positioning. So you're not just positioning, you're not just opening social media for opening sake. You're not just going online for every of your move online is strategic. Whatever you are doing is strategic. This conference for me is strategic. Because how will I come to you now? A lot of businesses know about brand strategy or branding or whatever, but how many people really sit down to craft their brand strategy? I was consulting for a business in, was it 2021 or 2022? You know, we were developing the business brand strategy. Only by the time we asked, what's your story? And this comes about, brand personality. Your story also comes under that. Also, brand story. Your brand story should not be because, oh, there was no job and then you started fashion. Who you help with that one? Does that story affect me? So when you talk about your brand story, it's about your audience. Your story has to affect them. They have to see themselves in your story. Then they have to now see the transformation that will happen at the end of it. This is a lot of work. All this thing I'm saying is a lot of work, thinking, and research. This is one of the reasons why I sit down market my brand strategy session, because I know that it's going to cost me time, and I sit down market it. There is a session of interaction. We talk, like it's more like a teamwork. Okay, this is where we are. This is where we want to move to. So how do we position our brand? Then there's the aspect of research. Then we now have the aspect where, apart from research, we have to go into, how do I put it now? We have to now go into proper documentation, crafting out all these things, competitive advantage, unique value proposition, blah, 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 because we have to first come from a strategy session of what is working, what is not working. Okay, where are we? Where do you want to move to? I was saying that there is a point to get to that your business, as a business leader, you do more of talking, you do more of strategic thinking and strategic planning. All my investments last year were into strategic planning, business communication, and a whole lot of aspect that actually determines business success that many don't really pay attention to. Many of us only want to pay attention to how much we are spending on social media marketing, how much we are spending on, and then we're like, I'm not seeing value. You must know that this thing is long-term investment. This thing we are talking about is long-term investment. It's not a short-term. There must be a consistency, persistence, and then how do you go about it? You need to first of all define your brand identity. What do you want to be known for? So if your brand is to be a person, I remember there was the training we attended during the SME NG last year, and the speaker asked that if your business or your brand is supposed to be a person, one of the popular people that you know, now who will your brand be, or something? So let's say now, if digital fluency consultancy is to be a person, now who will I liken that person to be? So for your own brand too, can you put in the comment section, if your brand is to be a person, who will your brand? So then you have know and speak their language. You have to understand the language of your audience. There are lots into this, but because of time, I need to move fast. Then you have to also know how to use storytelling. Storytelling is very, very important. Storytelling is not about how this happened to me and Okay, Promise says she doesn't understand what I mean. What I mean is, okay, let's say for instance, if my brand is to be a big personality in the space, let's say my brand will be Vusi. Right? Or my brand will be Neil Patel. Or my brand will be what's the name of this guy again? Oh, yes, Grant Cardone. Do you understand? So if your brand is to be a person, or let's say, okay, my brand will be Jennifer. Everybody loves Jennifer. Funke Akindele, rather. So meaning that I want to be the brand that everybody does feel like, like a brand that maybe fun. So
Ife ọmalịcha unu alụsị n'ebe a ma ịbanye n'ime ebe a nọ bifo iri ọjọọ taa ife ọmalịcha unu alụsị.
so basically that's what we're talking about here. And then emotional connections. You must use that storytelling to build emotional connections with your audience. That be visible to them. Be visible. Visibility. 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 And how can you become visible? Content. It's content. Content. Like create enough content. And you cannot create enough content. And of course, you must have your social media marketing strategy. You must have your marketing strategy. You must have the KPIs you are measuring. Most times, businesses will make mistake of always measuring only the leads that are converting. There are so many things to measure when it comes to this. Let me see. Okay. You want to measure like your NPS, net promoter score. You want to measure, okay, in terms of your customers, how many customers are actually also, referring customers to you. You want to measure how long customers stay with you, how much it costs you to get a customer. So there are a lot of things to measure. Why am I even talking about that in this slide? Let me go to the next slide, please. It doesn't seem to be there. Now, what are the benefits of having a strategic, like positioning your brand strategically? Is exceptionalism. You stand out. And then we are going to look at case studies. You stand out. You gain recognition. And your customer becomes loyal. They will tell you if it is not CJ Maxx fashion wear, I'm not buying. If it is not La Rising, if it is not proms and rings, I'm not buying. They come to that level with you. Some of us have customers that have been buying from us repeatedly. This is the time to make use of those customers to build your brand. So when we now talk about strategic positioning, so you want to leverage your you can now give them benefits in terms of, okay, we have benefits for our loyal customers, just like Coach Loma mentioned some of that yesterday. So you want to actually take advantage of those. Then we have premium pricing power. When you build a strategic brand, you get to use premium price. Excuse me. Yeah, you can charge more. There's something I want to talk about here in terms of visibility to your audience. Yes, I need to really visibility in that. So using social media marketing, email marketing, also SEO. This is the area I want to talk about. SEO, Google My Business. Google My Business is a form of SEO, local. And also, if you can afford it, you can get your business name listed on local, what do we call it, directories, to be found on directories. Also, you can use paid media or paid published newsletters, something like you. So that is how high you can actually go, so that when your customers look for you, they can find you. So you want to use all these strategies, Google Ads, in the sense that you may not even be selling. Like it should just be constant. Okay, there are some ads that should be running 247. Those ads that are running 247 is not come and buy, but ads that are showing what makes you different, ads that are building memorability in the mind of your customer. So it will take a lot for you to see that and craft out this, because you have to put in creativity. Remember that there is the creative part of business. So you have to put in all this work. SEO. Now, in terms of SEO, how do you build SEO? SEO now comes with long form content writing. How many of you have blogs for your businesses here? How do I really know the best? Because a lot of things, when I want to make some decisions, I just go on Google. Somebody like me that, I was researching on different pots, I was researching on, because I'm sort of health conscious, right? So, and I don't want to use just anyhow materials or anyhow. So I'm now making research. This is where, when you are found online and your SEO content, this is where it's going to work for you, because somebody that gives me information that I'm looking for, I will believe that that person is the best person to trust. So this year, leverage SEO content, leverage it a lot, to really help your business. Then premium pricing power. Okay, I already talked about this. So this was what I mentioned. I started with, when you see this brand, when you see this logo, you know what it represents. When you see this, you know what it represents. And remember, the speaker yesterday even talked about this. So, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? What's When your customers think about your niche, like they think about your niche, whether you're in fashion, whether you're in agriculture, or whatever you do, food processing, who do they think of? When I think of soft drink, I just think of Coca-Cola. When I think of quality, high premium smartphone, I think of Apple. So the reason why you think that, okay, the customers are not buying, or you are not attracting the right customer, is your positioning. You have not positioned as that person that can, premium pricing. You have not positioned for recognition. You have not positioned to stand out. These guys have done that. They've spent billions on brand building. And that is why they don't need to advertise for sales, but they will still keep advertising for memorability. Memorability is key. People have to remember you when they want to make a buying decision. That is why you see that I was discussing with my sister, who happened to also be in the digital space. And when somebody reached out to me, I mean, very long time, I think the last communication I saw on our chat was in 2021 or 2022, and the person just reached out to me this, maybe the previous week. I was like, do you have property around so? And I'm like, huh? After many years, you can see when it was time for this person, and she wanted to actually refer, she was making inquiry on behalf of an organization. So, and I was like, this is actually what it means to build a brand. When it's not that, it's not when you want to sell that you're expecting them to buy. No, but when they want to buy, can they remember you? When they think of a challenge in your niche, in your area of industry, do they think of you? Do they think of you? So here's my final note. Your brand is your voice, your story, and your legacy. It's not just about selling products. It's about creating an experience that your customers will remember, trust, and return to. So now is the time for you to take that action. Define your unique value, connect deeply with your audience, share your authentic story, and show up boldly. Don't wait until everything is perfect, until you have camera lights, everything. I'm not saying she don't put in excellent, but don't wait until everything is perfect. Show up boldly in the marketplace, because the honest truth is that money goes after the bold, and customers only go after the bold. Let's now use, this is where I'm going to end on this case note. Everybody loves Jennifer. Me as a person, I don't watch movies, not to talk of Nigerian movies safe. I don't watch movies. But I remember watching a couple of Jennifer's Diary then. And I was like, so now let us share practical stories. How many of us have watched Jennifer's Diary? That movie is definition of strategy. When you talk about strategy, that movie is a. How many of us have watched Jennifer's Diary? Please comment in the section. Give me a 10. If you have watched Jennifer's, everybody loves Jennifer's Diary. Everybody loves Jennifer. If you have watched it, please comment. Just a part of it. Okay. You press am, you are just, I know they want to move you. I know even like all of a sudden I just stop because when I look at all the things, when I look at the courses this year now, I told myself so many courses that I've bought even 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I said this year I must finish them. So most times when I'm at work, any little extra time that I'm not answering customer like this, I log into my learning page at least. Okay, Iyabozino says I watched it several times. That movie is a strategy. Only if you're a strategic person, you will understand that Jennifer's. Everybody loves Jennifer. Is not even Jennifer's Diary now. I'm talking about everybody loves Jennifer. Yeah. It's actually a very strategic movie. Now, let me tell you why I went to watch that movie. The hype. You must learn to hype your brand. I learned a lot of marketing strategies from her. Hype, partnership, collaborations, and be ready to invest heavily. She invested heavily because when you look at the quality, I went to the cinema with a friend to watch that movie, and the friend was like, "I don't watch movies, so I don't really know these Ghanaian actors." And my friend was like, "These Ghanaian actors are big. Like, when you're saying number one person in the country when it comes to Nollywood or what's our own self, yeah, in Ghana, those are the top people she brought into that movie." And even the likes of, I think the band was inside the movie, a lot of like very top people in that movie. Then you will also look at collaboration, Estate. If you look at the way the movie was also positioned to favor that company, imagine the kind of the massive audience that have watched that movie and heard about that Estate. Some people will start thinking, can I even get an estate inside this Estate? Estate has a lot of premium. They are premium. Their estates are premium. Yes, they're also part of the brands that I work with. So their estates are premium. So basically, in short, for you to come and inspect, you will pay. Yes. So it's a premium. So you look at all those strategic moves. Everything I was watching the movie, I was not watching the movie. I was only seeing strategic moves. And how somebody did not want to partner with her because her business was not registered. They told her she doesn't have structure. So your business must have a structure. And I love the fact that this business growth conference came in at this time at the early hour of the year. Because we have looked at different aspects of the business, everything that will that makes us the business to grow. We look at the core, the core curriculum of business growth was covered in this conference. You want to look at how she positioned as that movie. She spent money on collaboration. She did not even look at, and before she produced the movie, she also did some short clips. Like I remember she did one clip, very funny video with Shefi Bello. Very, very funny that she and they had to be washing clothes and all those things because they went to go and eat food that they cannot pay for, something like that. So she did a lot. In that. Don't worry, we are going to have what we call networking session in every of my programs and in every of my events. And going forward, we are going to be having networking sessions. So that is why anytime I call, make sure you are in, so that we can also, because I'm also building a community. We are building a community here, a community of people of like minds. So it is not just to attend this conference and go, but we want to be able to support ourselves, our businesses. When you make a post, let me like you. When I make a post, you like. So we are connected as one. And then that way we can also know what you are selling, what I'm selling, and sometimes I can also refer. Do you understand? So if you look at that movie, you will see that it was a strategic one. And the same thing you want to implement this year in your business. Strategically position your brand, build collaborations, collaborate with people that can add more value to your product or to your business or to your service. Let's look at the people that the speakers that we had in this conference. Is a form of collaboration whereby you collaborate. You don't have to collaborate with people at your level alone. Collaborate with people that are up there. They have gone further. You can leverage on their influence. So there is a lot when it comes to strategic brand positioning, which we can't cover here. Now, how many of us are ready to start? How many of us are ready to start? How many of us feel like we want to take our brand to the next level? Please give me a 10 in the comment section. How many of us think now we need to actually do more? We need to do more in terms of strategic brand positioning. Promises I'm in. Deborah says 10. Great. I2 says 10. Great. Let's not just see. Knowledge without action is equal to 0. No results. Even though this conference free so that yes, everybody can be a part, it does not mean that you will get the result if you don't take action. And sometimes it can be daunting trying to do it all alone, taking action all alone by yourself. So if you want, you want to be in a community, I really don't have so much time to work with a lot of people, right? But one thing is I want to build a community of, even if we are 2, even if we are 3, but we can see the result. We are pulling ourselves, right? In an accountable way. So more or less like, okay, yes, I want to promote, I want to launch this product. When you are creating a new product or something, you don't just launch out. There must be a strategy for launching too. Or you want to launch a brand, or you want to launch an aspect of your service. You must strategically do it. And that is what I actually learned from this lady called Jenny Funke Akindele. She didn't just launch that movie, created a lot of hype. There was even when she goes to there was a time she went to, I saw a notification, she went to eat amala. Without no makeup, nothing. She went to eat amala, and even to those amala sellers in that eatery, she was telling them, everybody loves Jennifer will be out. Oh, I have t-shirt. Oh, should I give you t-shirt? I was learning strategy. How about my brand t-shirt? How about if I give every one of us? So she said, I'll give it t-shirt. You people should make sure you go and wash it. Oh, it's coming out. She was so raw, down to earth, like shameless marketing for somebody as big as that. If somebody that is as big and well known, and we will say that money is not like an issue. Somebody will say, Yoruba will say, the money is not enough for the owner. If you can go to that extent, then I don't think there's a reason why anybody here should want to do the same thing the same way they have been doing and want to remain small. It will cost you. It's an investment of time, it's an investment of energy, it's an investment of the mind. Yes, and it's an investment of research. So you must be ready for it. Except if you just want to do survival business. Let me and my family eat, and you don't want to transfer, you don't want to build a community, you don't want to build a brand that people love, trust, and can return to. That people will be the one fighting for your business. You've not seen that one. They say, I know, we know like La Rising Furniture. We know her. She will not deliver cake. So now I can see that many of us want that. So now write down one actionable change you will make in your brand strategy today. Do you want to refine your messaging? Do you want to improve your online presence? Or do you want to craft a compelling brand story? Whatever it is, the time is now for you to commit. So this is the call to action. This is your assignment for this conference. So which one do you want to do? If yours is brand strategy, give me a 1. If yours is to refine your message, rather, give me a 1 in the comment section. You want to refine your messaging, your brand messaging, beyond come and buy, beyond we have this for sale, we have that for sale. Brand strategy is not a child's play, but when you do it and you do it right, you will get the result. If yours is to improve your online presence, you want to be more visible online, give me a 2. Give me a 2 in the comment section. Now, if yours is to craft compelling brand story, which has to do with, this one is copywriting. Even all these things that we are talking about, refining your message, online, everything is copywriting. That's why there is no brand strategy that is not a copywriter. You can't be a brand strategist without understanding copywriting, because it's not design that want to eat. It's your content. It's your content that will compel them. Everything that you see Jennifer did and all those things, she had the strategy, then she had the content. Add everything together, boom. And you made, I was reading the news and I screenshotted it. 1 billion naira. She's the top selling Nollywood actress right now. every other person, they are still learning. And she's always innovating. That's one thing I'm not a movie person, but I love people that when I see them and their strategy, I'm like, wow, these are excellent people that you need to follow and learn what they are doing in your own little way, implement. So now I have something for everybody. Do you want to start now or you want to start later? If yours is later, okay, you are free to drop off this call. But for those who want to start now, I have something for you. And I want to ask you a question. Do you want to do it alone or you want to do it within a thriving community? You need a guide. I also want you want a collaboration. Thank you, I2Fan. So if that is the case, Digital Policy Consultancy, we have created something unique for everyone here. Yes. And that is, you want to build a brand. You want to strategically position your brand. Now, this is not for mediocre. So if you spending 200,000 naira in your business is like you have spent 100 million, it's always too much, then this one is not for you. You can just go and be selling your market. But if yours is to position your brand as a powerful brand in your own niche, to your own audience, while you are growing to the level you want to be, then you can stay with me. Because this one is not for everybody. As a matter of fact, you can see a lot of people register for this, but where are they? But congratulations that you are here anyways. Now I bring to you strategic brand positioning 2 weeks workshop. So this one is a workshop. Sorry for the error. It's workshop. Now, all these stories that you have heard me say, now we are now going to be doing, oh yeah, where's your own? We'll be refining it. This message is not clear enough. This is your unique value proposition. But together, we will analyze your competitors. We will research them. So it's going to be a lot of work. And you must be ready to commit to it. It's going to be 3 times in a week, 2 hours daily. So it's going to be a lot of work for you and your brand. And trust me, it's going to be worth investing into. Now, position your brand for success. This is that call for you to position your brand for success. A part of the things that this workshop is going to cover is how to define your brand, just like we talked about earlier, how to identify your target audience, then how to segment your customers. Now, some people will say that because I've attended training, and when they tell you, you cannot serve everybody, you must have just one type. And people are confused on how do I have just one type of customers. Somebody like me, for instance, I'm into real estate and I'm into digital business consulting, branding, communications, and all. My audience are not the same. My positioning are not the same for the two. That is why I'm not using one brand to sell two niches. So they are not the same. A company can have many brands. How many of you know that the same company that owns Dettol, that also owns IPO, and is it IPO? Yes, IPO, and this toilet washer. What's the name again? But they gave every one of them they all have their each product. So there's also what we call product branding. So that even your products will be known more than the name of your company. It happens. Yes, IPO. They have another one for that is not IPO. That colored that they used to do, and now they did that advert they lost that time. Now one that you will pour inside it to be blue like this. Please, somebody should be Epic. Thank you, promise. You know, Yoruba will say Ori Ewambe. Thank you. You get this. Epic. Go wash your Abi Hypo go white. Oh, you know, they created brand strategy for each of their products. So brand strategy is not easy. Oh. So you can imagine the brand strategies around and behind the business. But do you know that the name of the company, many people don't even know the name of the company. The name of the company is Rekit Benkista. How many of you know the name of the company? But you know the name of the product. What they have done is to properly position their product, because it's not the company name that you want to eat. So they have different products. IPO, Epic, Dettol. among others. The same thing goes for Peak. Everybody calls the name of Peak. I'm myself right now, I can't even remember the name of their company again. No. Hey, what's the name of their company? I know their companies are talked by here. They are one of their but the same company that owns Peak owns 3 Crown. Thank you, ma. Friesland, yes. The same company owns the 2 brand, but they did brand positioning. Peak is for some selected audience. So rather than a customer carrying their money to another place, they now created for another target audience 3 Crown. I don't know the difference, safe, but they are the ones that know. One is cheap. One is cheap, and the other is popular. Everybody understand. So we are going to be so it's going to be an in-depth workshop and might actually expand more than that 2 weeks, where we are going to be studying all these brands and seeing what we can copy and paste into our own. There is no need to reinventing the wheel. A lot of things are out there that you can copy at your own level. There's no need reinventing the wheel. Just add innovation and creativity to it, and it becomes new. So we look at how you can do that customer segmentation. So how they were able to position Peak and 3Crown was customers. Promasido is worse. So well, they did customer segmentation. So you can have 10 types of customer, but you segment them. Their communication will be different. Now you see the kind of work you'll be doing. You will be working because imagine I want to talk to 10 different people and I have to write different content for all of them. Now you are seeing where the work is. Then you now have to, then we are not going to look at how you're going to craft unique brand messaging that tells your story. What's your story? Why are you in business? One of the things I found out is actually one of the reasons why digital philosophy consultancy is into branding, marketing, and communications is because we see that there's a lot of gap when it comes to small businesses starting. Those ones they cannot really afford this big organization. They can't really afford this. So many of them just go into, let's just get our logo, and then they start posting. They can't clearly articulate what their brand strategy is. There's no brand strategy guide. There's no brand identity guidelines. There is no. So they just know that my color is blue. The type of blue they don't know. So how to build a personal brand that sells your business? Remember that part of the things we talked about was what? One of the things we talked about was, please make sure you fill the attendance form so that you can have access to some of this information. So you see, we are going to look at how to build personal brand that sells your business. You as a founder, so you have to build something that you stand for. Not just that I'm a fashion designer, not just that I'm a digital marketer. So beyond that, there must be something that me as, like I'm a wealth creation, I'm a digital business strategist and wealth creation coach. So I speak on, digital business, entrepreneurship, different aspects, and I coach, I train, right? It's different from what my business does. My business offers services. My business offers websites. My business offers social media management, all those things, all those services. It's separate from me. But then I have positioned myself such that whatever things I'm doing can also influence my product and services. So when I'm talking about, okay, how to use graphics, how to use smartphone to design your website, because you know that you can actually do a mini website using your smartphone. So when I say that, okay, how to do this, and then you don't really want a real website, and that, okay, I teach you, and I talk about it. But if you want to really, advance and all that, my company handles all those stuff. So that is how you build personal brand. You should have a personal brand that talks about something, how you want people to perceive you, the space. But you must be able to marry your space and your business together. You cannot be talking about health and then you are in fashion. Like, how do they relate? Extra package. Because I know that everything I'm talking about here, honestly speaking, brand strategy is content, and strategic, thinking and research. So you have access to my pro copywriting course or that teaches you how to learn copywriting, even if you have never done it before, in 5 days. So that one, I don't want to talk too much about it, but for those of you that joined, I will give you detail, because I'll give you details. You might receive an email from me or a WhatsApp DM from me. So make sure that you fill the form. It's very, very important. Please make sure that you fill the form. If not, I will not be able to communicate with you. I will just communicate with you generally. So, and I will not be able to share the special offers that I have for those who attended this conference. And unfortunately, many people who are here today did not come the first 2 days. And many people who came here today did not. So whatever way, just make sure you don't miss this. Don't miss this special offer, because those that attended the 3 days, those are the ones that will have opportunity to access these offers I'm sharing. We also had some offers from our previous first speaker. Then you have one-on-one, 1 hour brand strategy. Let me show you something. This one-on-one, let me show you how much I charge. Because somebody would think I'm just talking about it. I actually do one-on-one, and it's not free. My one-on-one is and it's even discounted. So it's not like maybe the fee is discounted. So let me show you this. So this is my brand strategy session. It's 150,000 naira, but if you are booking in here, you get it for 50,000 naira. So basically, that is why when you are transition, especially if you have not started your business yet, it's better you start with this, right? This is what you can actually do for yourself. So let me go back to my slides that I'm sharing. I'm getting tired already. I've had a long day. Even though it's just 12, but me, I know I've had a very long day. So let's go back to here. Now, you get this one-on-one 1 hour brand strategy session with me. So that is why I can only for this cohort, I can only take in maximum of 10. Maximum. I can only take in maximum of 10. For me and for the rest of my team to work with, I can only take in maximum of 10. We can only take in because I've already had my customers complain that you don't have time, blah, 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 and all. So I have to make sure I have a schedule, and everyone has to be booked on my calendar. If one of the reasons why I will miss any schedule is if you are not booked on my calendar. So it's very, very important. Then I'm also going to share with you buyer persona, because I'm not sure. Okay, I talked about target audience, right? So for you to really know your target audience, you must be able to create a buyer persona. And I talked about that very well in my pro copywriting course, because there is no way you can write copy without target audience. So in our people, they will just talk about customer avatar on the brief. But this time around, you have a practical. I did it, and I also gave you template to follow for you to do yours for your business. So then, can I ask you a question? What is the value of your brand and your business? Do you really think that what iPhone is selling or what Samsung is selling is just phone? Do you really think so? Also, they are selling the value of their brand. That brand has so much value. Why do you think companies buy Chicken Republic franchise? Why do you think businesses in Nigeria are buying franchise of Chicken Republic and ShopRite? What do you think they are buying? Franchise is a name. Oh. This is one thing you want to work on in your business. You want to build a brand that the name itself is money. Imagine somebody saying that I want to buy that brand. If this lady should go and trademark that, maybe everybody loves Jennifer or Jennifer, whatever. I don't know whether she has done, but that name has gone so far. Do you know that I can decide to start doing customized t-shirts of Everybody Loves Jennifer and start selling at cinema? That idea just came now. Why? She has built a brand. Now that brand is worth something. I can easily say I want to customize a t-shirt Everybody Loves Jennifer and start selling and make money. So what is the value of your brand and your business to you? How much does your brand mean to you? How much value does it mean to you? How much can you invest into growing and building your brand? if you know you're not building a brand, you are just surviving. It's one of the things I don't rush my things. Like, my business has been registered even before I even think of I want to really start. It has been registered, the branding, everything has been done, but it's because I know what I'm building. In short, the website has been registered even before I said I want to design. Currently, it's not even up because of some changes that I made. Because of some changes that I made 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so it's not up. And I have about 3 websites like that, domain names that I just bought and keep. I just bought them and keep. Now they are not producing. When I checked how much, okay, I was to renew for 100 plus dollars, right? Then that was the hosting, and then the domain name I was to renew for about 50 something dollars, and I'm not making money from it. And somebody will feel like, what sort of business now? This website is not making money, and then you're spending money on it. I know what I'm doing. That is why if you are not strategic, you will think that the money you're spending in your advertising, the money you're messing it up, because everything you're just looking at is for sales. If nobody's buying, then you're not making progress. You must track different metrics in your business. What will it cost you? The total value of what I just said here is 250,000. 250,000 naira. Yes. And I'm not even sure. Can I ask you a question? Is this too much for all that we are going to gain and all that we are going to learn in the workshop? Can I get honest answers? Can I get your answers in the comment section? Everything that we are going to cover in the workshop, does it really worth this value? Do you think so? Do you think your this brand strategy positioning workshop is worth so much for your business? Give me a 1 if this worth it. Give me a 0 if it is not. For those of us here in today's, thank you I2 Farms, I saw that. For those of us here today, yes, I and my team, this is just for us to invest in your business and help you start the year. So we are giving you a special offer of getting all of this, all that we are going to look at, how this training, how intense this training that we just had, we are having is. This strategy, how intense it is. Not now talk of if you are now going to take you by the hand that, okay, do your own, have your own documents, everything together at just 50,000 naira. The same discount if you're having a 1-hour strategy session with me. And then I'm using that to give you all my, well, I'm really sure changing myself, but it is the way it is. It's for the benefit of you all. So if you're ready, you can screen grab this, make your transfer to this account, and then you're ready to take action. You can screen grab this as well and fill this form. Once you're done, you'll be in, and then we can start the journey together. Now, this offer is valid to the end of this month. It's valid to the end of this month.
Thank you for watching this training video. I believe you've gotten value from this training. Please do well to share your feedback with us. We want to hear from you. And if you have any question, feel free to drop it here or contact the details here.